What is good, baby? Guess what? We got a brand new YouTube video today. A podcast with Branden Bowen. He's an offensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals. We talk video games. We talk football. It's a great time. Get into the mindset of an NFL player, man. Please check it out. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. If you got any questions, hit up the comments. I love you all. Have a great day and enjoy the video. All right, guys. If you guys don't know this man, baby, this is Branden Bowen. You want to give a little background on yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Branden Bowen. I was born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I moved to Salt Lake City, Utah for a few years before college. And then college, I went to The Ohio State University, graduated in 2019. Last year, I was with the Panthers. And then now this year, I'm with the Cardinals, Ku's home state. So kind of linked up, got to know each other, and been vibing ever since.
Hey, I fucking love it, baby. Let me turn this off.
I'm always bad at like introducing myself and
you
fun
good
facts and stuff like that.
You're good, bro. You're good. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, man. So, how like just from like a fan perspective, how does it feel to like make it to the NFL? Just be in the NFL, get drafted, and get a team and sign a contract. Like, obviously from grinding. You've told me you're a sport guy. You've played multiple sports. Like, how does it feel to like that moment when it happened?
Crazy surreal is the only term I could describe. When I had signed with the Panthers last year, because I was an undrafted free agent, and signed with the Panthers, I think like 15 minutes after the draft. And that moment was just like, whoa, because it was like something that, of course, I've been working for my entire life, and it was just to see my mom, to hear my mom, to talk to my wife, and just like be like, wow, I finally did it. But also in a way, I'm the type of person where I don't ever see an endpoint. So
100%.
Even though I got drafted and stuff like that, I know that's just the beginning. In a sense, it's just I'm on my way to something greater and to do bigger things. So
100%.
Yeah.
Now it's time to tear it the fuck up, baby. But it's good to get there. It's good to get there, and
yeah.
you know what I mean. Getting the opportunity, because that's what it is. You just want the opportunity. Like, I forgot what the stat was, but it's like how many football players like play football and try to get the NFL, and it's like how many make it.
1.1%.
1.1%, man. Like, that's insane. That's insane.
I think they put like there's like 6 million high school football players. There's like 100,000 or so college football players in between like Division I, Division II, and Division III. And then the NFL is the 1%.
That's insane, dude. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
Any like
it's definitely surreal.
Any like pregame rituals or routines that you've had from the beginning, or anything that you do now that you've learned? Or
yeah, so actually I'm a big routine guy. I have to do, especially before games, I have to do things the exact same, or else it like it's almost to a fault where it's like I have I think during my senior year we had a blackout game, and I always put on like my left sock first, and then my left shoe first, or my left sock, right sock, then like left shoe, right shoe, but it's always has to be that. And then I always wear a headband when I play, like no matter what. I have to have it, or else something just feels like way off. And before we played, I think it was Michigan State in 2019. I went up to the equipment guys, and it was kind of late, kind of close to when we were going to play. And I was like, hey, can I get a headband? I almost forgot. And they were like, oh, we're actually out. So I started losing my shit, like absolutely losing. I was like, I need a headband. I literally cannot play without a headband. I'm a lose it. I'm a freak out. And the equipment guy just looks at me, and then he like turns around, looks at the other equipment guys, and then just reaches in his back pocket and pulls out a black headband. And I was just like, oh my God. Thank God.
I love it.
Like it's the weirdest thing. Like I eat the same things. Trying to think. I walk the same walk in terms of where I am. Like we used to do a walk to the stadium at Ohio State. They call it the Buckeye Walk. I'd have to be in the exact same place, stand with the exact same people, and like it just it's a way of me getting essentially my vibes right and my mind right to do what I need to do.
100%. I respect that.
Yeah.
Let's go to like high school. So was Ohio like what were the other options for colleges? Was Ohio State like the one you wanted, or what was the mindset with that going into it, like senior year?
So that was actually insane. I was planning on going to Utah from probably the age I was 14 to 18. I had gotten my first offer from Utah my junior year. I think it was like March of my junior year. And then after the first one, they just start rolling in because that first one is like the spark. Then other teams see you, even like teams lesser than Utah, like Utah State or BYU or like some of those other schools. They just start pouring in because they're like, oh, well, if Utah offered him, then obviously he has something that we want. So I had the Pac, like all the Pac-12. I had like 4 or 5 schools from the Big Ten. Bama came in late after I committed to Ohio State. But yeah, I had no intention of going to Ohio State at all. My trainer played for Urban while he was at Utah. And so he had told me all these things about Urban and how he was. And I was like, yeah, it seems cool. It seems cool, but it's super far. I have 2 little sisters who are the first one was born when I was 16, the second one when I was 17. And so I didn't want to move across the country and not be able to see them grow up. And so I decided to take my official visit to Ohio State, where they like fly me out my senior year, fly me out to a game, for 2 days, treat me great, whatever, all that. And on the flight there, I was with my stepdad and my grandpa, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to Ohio State. This is strictly to just see." And really, what official visits are is you just have an unbelievably great time. Like
I bet
they take you out to the bars, they pay for everything for you. Like you're with the players the whole time, and their job is literally to show you a good time.
Show you what's good and have a good time and bring you in and obviously reel you into
right.
That's dope. That's dope.
So I go out there and have a ridiculously great time. And I see the locker room, I see the people, I talk to the coaches, and I'm just like, I get on the plane to go back home, and I'm like, I can't not go here. I literally can't, because I can't stress this enough. I had no intention of going to Ohio State. Like I wasn't a fan of Ohio State. I had no connection there. Wasn't like I was an in-state guy who wanted to go there. And I left, and I was just like, man, this is it. This is all I need. This is where I need to be.
Everything happens for a reason, baby.
Man,
everything happens for a reason.
Crazy. So
let's go. Okay, it's a little football. Let's go gaming. So you're obviously a gamer, streamer,
big time.
Streamer on Twitch.
Yeah.
Check him out. Shout the name out, baby. If you guys want to go, hit it.
Oh wait, go ahead. Okay, twitch.tv/Branden Bowen 76. It's a little weird. I can little weird spelling. It's an EN instead of an ON like most people.
Someone type it in chat, baby. Get a little shout out from. Go, you guys. If you're in here, go drop him a follow. Go say what's good. He's a viber. He hits his shots, baby. It's fun. We obviously, if you watch me a lot, you've seen me play with him. So how long you been gaming for? Like since we lad type vibes or what?
Man, yeah. Since I would say I've probably been gaming seriously since I was like 12 or 13. But I mean, I had a PS1, I had a PS2, the Xbox 360. Never had the original Xbox. But it all really started when I went over to my friend's house, and his older brother had an Xbox and would play Halo 2 all the time. And so, of course, everyone knows about Halo 2 and how unbelievable of a game that was.
One of the best,
and
dude.
Ever since then, I was just hooked. I couldn't stop playing it. And got the I always tell people about I played GBs and Modern Warfare 2, played a bunch of tournaments, went to LANs.
Let's go, baby.
It was my freshman year of high school. I was actually injured, so I couldn't play sports. And so I saw that as kind of my outlet of to compete again. I'm a super competitive person, and that was my way I could compete. And then ever since then, I just fell in love with it. I made YouTube videos for MW2 with an HD PVR. and made YouTube videos for like Battlefield 3, other games like that.
Damn.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
So you've been around the content. I like it.
Yeah.
What'd you play before Warzone? Did you play the Black Ops BR or what'd you play? Fortnite or
before a Fortnite.
Crank in the 90s, baby.
Big Fortnite guy.
Big.
Definitely big Fortnite. I was it was actually funny because I got hurt in 2017. I broke my leg, and I think I broke my leg 3 days before Fortnite came out. And so when I was just at home, Fortnite came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is all I need to play ever again. And I got all my teammates on it, and we were all playing. I used to stream a little bit back then on my 60-inch TV. I look back, I'm like, wow, I could have been so much better at that game.
Dude, and do a big TV it ruins it. It's crazy. When I was younger, I was always like, bigger the TVs, the better, like
exactly.
But nope, with gaming, opposite, smaller the TV.
Crazy.
I
still try to tell my teammates, and they don't get it. They're
dude,
like, why? Why would you play on a smaller screen?
We have my roommate bought like a 90-inch TV upstairs, and we had we had Call of Duty on it, and I was trying to play it, dude. It was insane. Like it was insane. It's not even playable. Yeah. Not even playable.
I mean, just the input lag alone is insane. It like you go to turn, and you just like a second later you turn, and it's like what? Like
no,
I remember when I got the 55-inch TV back in the Fortnite days. We brought it home. I was super excited, and all of a sudden I couldn't move, and I was like, well, what the fuck is this? I'm Googling everything, and people are like, it's input lag. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is all this stuff? I had no idea. I still have no idea, to be honest.
Dude, I'm
the worst with
all this. Same, dude. It's rough, and it's like the industry I'm in, and like it's when you don't know it, it's just like it's hard sometimes. But luckily, a lot of good people out there who know
absolutely
who know tech. I love your cat in the background. What's the name of the cat?
This is Kingsley. I think.
Yeah, Kingsley. I like the name.
Kingsley. Yeah.
How old?
Yeah, he's 4.
How old are you again? 27?
24.
24. Yeah. Whoa, I went high. 24, dude. That's crazy.
I think about that.
Young, babe. That's crazy.
2 years out of college.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah. This was actually my wife's cat. She got him before we started dating. And then we have another one somewhere. He's a black and white cat. His name's Crew that we got together.
Crew, baby.
Our first pet. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Together. But yeah.
I love it, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. So
I love the pets. We have 2 dogs too, so it's a zoo over here.
But before Fortnite, what was it? I'm trying to think what games
I actually took a big break from gaming when I got to college.
Obviously the grind, I imagine.
I think what really ruined it for me was like because I was a big Call of Duty always.
Mm-hmm.
Like big Call of Duty guy. I think AW really ruined it for me. Like Black Ops 3 and 4. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but like the whole jetpacks and the jumping around, I was like, it's a little corny for me.
Nah,
so I
same.
could never get back into it. I think in college all I played was like story games. Played a whole lot of Skyrim.
Oh, man, dude, I love that.
What a game.
What else? What else? I'm a big single player game kind of guy. I love them. Skyrim, Mass Effect, Splinter Cell.
I actually never got into the Mass Effect series.
They're good, man.
I need to go back and play.
They're replayable, and the cool thing about it is literally the games transfer into a new one. So the character you play with and all the decisions you make in the first game all transfer over, and like all those traits and everything you've done, literally like people remember it in the second game. So if you killed somebody off, because the whole thing is like you have a bunch of crewmates, and like they'll make you like, all right, you guys decide who's gonna survive and all that, and so that shit all comes back later. There's 7 different endings for each game. It's crazy, dude. It's a really good series. Really good.
That is wild.
I first played it when the 3rd one came out. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. My buddy's like, dude, play, you gotta start the first one. I beat that game. I beat all 3 of them in like 3 weeks because it was just like,
man, I need to go back and
play. It was addicting.
I feel like that's like even super advanced for a game that age.
Dude, for sure was, dude. So good.
That's crazy.
Literally so fun.
Wow.
What's any What's your favorite team? I think you have Falcons.
Yeah.
Falcons.
So Falcons. I'm a Falcons, Braves, Hawks guy. I'm a Atlanta everything.
What
because like Chattanooga, Tennessee is like an hour and a half north. Actually, half of it is in Georgia, and so we always used to go down to the Braves game Braves games when I was younger. And as a result of that, I just became Atlanta everything. And then around that time, I was growing up in Chattanooga. Mike Vick was on the Falcons, and the most electric player at the time. And so it was just hard not to be a fan of the Falcons.
You know, obviously love him. He went through some stuff. You know,
yeah, but he's a better person.
100%. That's, you know, I still see people hate on him. I'm like, man, people make mistakes. People make mistakes, man.
Absolutely. It's a result of where he grew up.
Oh, for sure.
And the people he was around. And he learned from it. So.
Exactly. And he definitely, like, he paid for it. You know what I mean? He got some rough stuff for it, but I saw him on you know, the draft-a-thon. He seemed chill. He's vibing. Yeah. So I was happy to see that because, man, I have a lot of good memories of him. I love him, dude. He's one of my favorite players ever watch in the NFL. Like,
absolutely.
On top of
he's my favorite of all time.
On top of that, Madden. You couldn't
Madden
even.
07?
He was the only person.
Crazy.
That was anytime I'm with my boys. I'm like, yo, we're playing Madden. Only team you couldn't pick. You couldn't pick any team with like him on, just because he's just, you could run circles around motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, I had Madden 07. I think on a PSP, and I used to just. It was crazy. I just only used him, strictly used him. It was just cheat code.
I love it, baby. I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new 17 game schedule?
For guys like me, it's good. Because actually no, for guys like me, it's not good. Essentially because it takes away a preseason game. So what people consider me, or what I would consider myself and other players on the team would consider me as a bubble guy. So I just signed with them. They're not looking for me to fill in a starting position or anything like that. They're just hoping I can come in and contribute with whether that being a backup or playing in the future. They don't know about me because obviously I have not played a game in the NFL yet. So with that being said, this 17 game schedule takes away a preseason game, and those preseason games are the only way somebody like me can get put on or can get film.
No, for sure, and show them what's good.
Exactly.
For sure.
So that's kind of and I know a lot of guys. That's an extra game, and 16 games is I haven't experienced it yet, but playing 14 in college my senior year, by that 14th game, I couldn't even move.
I imagine, dude.
I had a fractured fibula, a torn rotator cuff, and it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
I wanted to ask you about the injuries. So just for future people, because I imagine that's something hard to get through. What was some stuff that helped you, and just how was the journey of that? Like, what if you want to explain how it happened? You know, up to you, obviously.
So I broke my leg in 2017 in a game versus Maryland. 2017, I started 6 games. I was having a really good year, and then two people ended up falling on my leg. It was like 600 pounds worth of humans. Just falling straight on my fibula. It's actually a good thing because I was wearing knee braces. And instead of me blowing out my entire knee, I instead just snapped my leg in half, which is a much better thing to do because bones fully heal, and cartilage and stuff like that in your knees does not. So that was a really good thing. In terms of getting through it, I watched a lot of video games, to be honest. I tuned into a lot of streams. It helped me to get out of my own life in a sense. I always talk about to people that video games are my escape. It's where I am not who I am in real life. For the most part, I'm a character in a game or whatever, and I can escape all of my responsibilities, be it all of my troubles, all of everything, and I can just be somebody different. And I think that really helped me a lot. A lot of communities within Twitch, mainly the M fam with Nick Merck's community. I really watched him a lot and really connected with a lot of people in his community. And just surrounding yourself with good people. I mean, because you're gonna have horrible times when you get hurt. It's not fun at all. I mean, I had days where I was down in the dumps, and I had days where I was on really good highs, and it's, I guess, a part of it. But having those people around you and having that support system in place, and people who really truly want the best for you is the best thing I could have done. And I wouldn't be here without a lot of that, because I was going through it when I got hurt.
Dude,
It was
I could understand. I haven't lived that, but I could feel the emotion. I could understand, man.
Right.
That's rough, dude. That's rough, man.
right.
Fuck, and I feel you with the video games. Actually, I had a little podcast thing with a sergeant in the army, super cool dude, good friend of mine up here,
That's
and
dope.
that was one thing I kind of talked about. Was like, it's the video games are my escape. You know what I mean? You can kind of like, you don't want to truly escape life, but you do. There's
Right.
some times where you do need to give yourself hours of just like, all right, I can just focus on something else, a different game, a different life. I'm, whatever.
Absolutely.
I'm a Skyrim character vibing through, so
Yeah.
I totally feel that, man. I was the same growing up, 100%, dude. I would dive into video games and just get away from, some of the, because this world's crazy, man. This fucking world's crazy. And, it's nice to
Absolutely.
get away.
I would also say with like people who are injured and like in terms of getting through things, one of the biggest things that messed me up was I didn't know that you're gonna have obviously really good days with your injury and really bad days with your injury. So I would start feeling a lot better and be like, oh, this is going so good, this is going so great, and then the next day it's like I can't even walk, and that would put me down. And it's just, I guess, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, that you are going to have those bad days, but those bad days are leading to good days. And I guess that's one of the biggest things I learned, that the best things come out of struggles.
For sure, dude. That's where, I'll say sometimes, like, going through the rough times in life, it lets you appreciate like happiness. It lets you appreciate good times in life, because you just think about like where you were and what you were going through, and you think, and you just think about wherever you are now. Even if something bad happens, you're like, huh, it's been worse. So whatever it is, like, we can always make it through, and always keep pushing. Definitely.
That's what I always tell people too. It's the perspective that gave me. Like, I never look at that as a bad thing now. People are always like, damn, you got hurt. I'm like, well, I'm actually happy I got hurt, because before I got hurt, I didn't have the same perspective of how great of a life I live and how blessed I am to be playing the sport I'm playing, when literally in a half a second, your leg can snap, your arm can snap, or whatever, and it can all be over. And so that giving me the perspective of being appreciative of each and every day and each and every second that I'm playing football, or even just hanging out with my wife, it gave me appreciation for being able to take a shit. Because after my surgery, with my big ass boot on, it was impossible for it. I don't think I shit for 6 days after.
Oh no.
So like, even like little stuff like that, I'm appreciative of it. It's
Hey,
wild,
for sure, man.
just,
Perspective's everything, dude. Perspective's everything. That's dope.
Crazy.
How about music? What's some favorite bands? What are you into?
Ooh, big rap guy right now.
Okay.
Big in high school I was a lot more versatile, I guess. I used to listen to my best friend's a straight redneck. So used to listen to a lot of country, used to hunt a lot, used to fish a lot.
I love it.
And hunting, in terms of hunting, I used to just do like rabbits and like coyotes, nothing crazy. I don't know if I could kill a big animal like that, but yeah, definitely country. Never really got into rock too much. I guess the closest thing I got into rock was in high school. I went through an MGK phase where I was super big into MGK. I went to his concerts twice. I actually was the first one at one of his concerts. Me and my buddy were waiting outside for him.
I love it.
We were able to meet him and all that stuff. But I would say right now, I'm big into Polo G. Big into Roddy Ricch,
Roddy,
J.
baby.
Cole.
Love some J. Cole.
Excited for that new album coming out soon.
100%.
And Chicago drill music.
Okay.
When I really want to get into my
Like some
my
Chief?
like my zone.
Like some
No,
Chief?
not even Chief. Like I like brand new Chicago drill. So
Oh,
like the
okay.
King Von, the Lil Durk, the Buka 600, some more like unknown names and stuff like that. So yeah,
A
it's been
buddy
fun.
of mine's in Little Dirk's org.
OTF?
This guy Bibby, yeah. I bet
Bibby?
yeah.
I've seen him in the chord.
He's a viber, dude. He's a viber.
For real. That's dope.
I bet he can get you in a game with Dirk, baby.
That would be hilarious. I don't know how much he games nowadays, but
he
man is
he games a little bit. He games a little bit.
really.
Yeah, he games with him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he games with
That's
him.
funny.
He's
Cool.
he's pretty
That's
good.
mad cool.
He's pretty good. You're better for sure, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, those rappers, man, they got so much they have to do.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. And
Yeah,
just staying on top of it, creating new stuff. Like,
man, I'm not a creative person like that. So I like in terms of art, like poems, haikus, all the like. I just
same.
I could not be the worst, or I could not be worse at that than I am now.
Dude, same here, man. Same here.
You asked me to draw a bus, it's not even gonna look like a vehicle.
I always say like I can barely draw stick figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like my art teacher back in like 3rd grade, she actually she thought I was trolling. Like I was trying my hardest. I'm like, yo, like this is what I got. She's like, you're just messing around. Like this is like, yo, I'm like, this is my best
That's
effort.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know. She put me at the table. She put me at the table with all the like really artistic, like the really smart kids who were really good at drawing. So I'm sitting there like, yo, these people are drawing masterpieces in 3rd grade. I was like, you're trolling, teacher.
At that point, it's like, how, like, why can I not do this? Like,
no,
what?
exactly.
What's wrong with me?
So back music,
Damn,
what best concert? MGK or what?
Ooh,
have you been? Do you go to a lot of concerts?
Nah. I'm not really a crowd person anymore.
I feel that
I don't like big crowds, like Disney World. I get anxiety in crowds.
Because
I just don't know people.
I feel you, man.
It makes me nervous.
I totally feel it.
I'd probably say MGK just because it was so just wild. Everyone there was just freaking out. One of my friends, she's a girl, ended up passing out. We were like front row, and I guess I don't know if she got too hot or too excited and just literally passed out. And it was like, what just happened? She's like up against the guard where the security had to like grab her and like pull her over. It's like, what the hell just happened? So that whole experience was his. We watched his dog outside for a little bit. They found a dog, I guess, on that concert or on that tour. And they kept it on the bus, and they were going somewhere. I can't remember where they were going, but they asked us to watch the dog, and we're like, okay, the dog while I'm just sitting out here waiting for the concert 6 hours before. Absolutely.
Oh my god, was that during his like what songs?
That was
Waka Flocka.
That was his. I think I want to say it was his Black Flag tour.
Okay. I liked MGK for a long time. There's the whole Eminem thing that just turned me off from him. I was just mad. I was just mad about that. And I like he had skill. I liked his bars. I used to bump to his music, but
was just the wrong guy to go after.
He's like Eminem's next to Biggie Smalls. Eminem's my favorite. Like, yeah, man. Like, and especially a daughter. Like, you don't go after someone's daughter. That's just especially as guys, that's like some bro code. Like, you don't mess with a daughter, man. Like, that's just so that like just turned me off from him. And I don't know if that was just like publicity stunt or him actually being serious about it. So I see him he's doing like some new music now. And he actually put out some good song. I forgot what song he put out recently. Maybe it wasn't recently, but maybe in the last couple of months. But it was a pretty banging song. I think he's like,
was it?
Yeah, because I heard like he's like transitioning and like his record label is like being like a big dick and like being like, you need to do exactly what you normally do because that's what sells. And he was like trying to change it. So they got in a whole big fight and all this crazy stuff. But
man, I can't even imagine being a part of those record labels and all that. That's
they're grimy, man. That's why a lot of them are. That's why a lot of them are starting up. Like a lot of rappers and artists are starting it because they just know, like, man, like you know what happened to Taylor Swift?
Yes.
That, you know what I mean?
That
like
is crazy.
For perspective for the people who don't know, like she literally she has to re-record every song she's ever produced because the record label is being just a crazy person with it and not letting her own any of her rights and not letting her play it live. I'm like, that's some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
that's and you're just like evil, man. That's some evil shit. I mean, you gotta be I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Money hungry.
I've never been like, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just a good person. So I've never had that mindset to ever do someone.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like with some of these things and some of these stories I hear, I'm just like, how can another person just do that and not feel anything?
It always
blows my mind.
I always imagine it has to be from like growing up. If that's what you're used to seeing, you know what I mean? It's like how you said with Michael Vick. Like that's what you're used to seeing. It becomes normalized, and you know it's not a good thing. You know, I always took one thing from Joe Rogan who says, "Hurt people hurt people." You know what I mean? Most of the time, if someone's talking shit or lashing out at you, like most times something's going on, because no normal person who's and who's happy in their life is gonna ever lash out at you. You know, and so you know a lot of it's from that, but.
Right.
It's rough, and that's why we just got to keep pushing, try to help people. You know, mental health awareness, a huge thing. Gotta, you know, take care of your head, man. As much as you train your body, you train your end game aim and whatever you want to train. You got to train your head, man. That's the most important thing you got. You got to train your head.
Absolutely.
And a strong mindset, like, is literally life changing. That's what changed my life. Was truly just getting my mindset, like building it with strength and doing things that I didn't think I was able to do, and then when you overcome it, you're like, wow, like okay, like my brain literally told me I couldn't do this, and then I went and did it. So you kind of realize like, wow, your brain kind of can lie to you sometimes, not in a bad way, but in the sense of like it's like, oh, this is gonna be hard. I don't want to go through this struggle, but then you get done with it. It's the best feeling in the world. And
man, 3 years ago I started paying attention, or not 3 years ago. I keep saying 3 years ago because I think the last time I told this, it was 3 years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago. I really started taking mental health seriously, because especially someone in my profession, it used to be almost frowned upon, because of course it's the tough guys don't cry, tough guys don't do this, don't do that.
Rub some dirt in it, keep going.
Yeah, now after I had realized that, and I finally broke down to the point where I really needed to talk to somebody. Man, did it feel good. And I mean, like, man, like, there is nothing like taking care of yourself and taking care of your head, because you can be so much happier than you think you can.
100%.
Like you think you are stuck on this one spot within this one place in this one time in life, but it doesn't have to be like that at all. And you truly can take yourself to wherever you want to be. And that's one of the things that I learned in like mental health, and staying on top of that has made me such a better person, like such a better man, a better husband, a better video game player, a streamer, dude, whatever it is. It makes player, all
100%. It's everything. It's literally everything. And you know, sometimes it sucks, but sometimes it takes struggle and effort to be happy. You know, not everyone's perfect. Like some people are lucky and have some good stuff and are set and know their shit, but I feel like most of us out there are, you know, you're lost a little bit, you're struggling, you don't know what's going on, you know, whatever it is, and you just got you really got to focus up and just train that brain and step out of your comfort zone, do things you got to do and maybe you don't want to do. And you know, it's hard, but it's something that so important. That's why I'm happy that it's becoming a bigger thing. And you know,
even seeing you do the draftathon thing, and just seeing like the NFL normalize it publicly, and obviously
beautiful.
The past 2 years, the NFL and the players themselves have started to normalize it, and it's become such a normal thing to take care of your mental health, and such a hit-on thing now, where it's you really have to take care of your mental, or else nothing else is going to be able to fall in place.
Literally, it's
and like same with like Xset had put out the tweet the other day about it, and I was like, man, that is so cool, because I have not seen an org do that. An org might have, but it has not come across my timeline where I'm like, wow, they're pushing
amazing. Like they're stepping out of boundaries and doing stuff, and they're trying to bring the culture in and trying to spread it around. And yeah, I love it, man. Xset is amazing. Can't Can't wait to hopefully get you up in XF, man. I'll be.
Hopefully.
Sheesh, baby. XF Branden out here, baby.
Hey, man, I'm hoping.
All right, well, back football. So I feel like you might say the Falcons for this, but favorite jersey, favorite uniform.
Ooh.
If I had to pick, I'd go. It's either between Jacksonville, which is funny because the dark and the teal, or the Ravens, because I love me some all black.
Yeah, I would actually probably say the Color Rush Seahawks uniforms.
Love those.
That like bright green.
Love those.
Like, I don't know. I mean, it might not look, offensive linemen might not look good in it because, you know, in like white uniforms, we look fatter. That's the thing. So we hate, all offensive linemen hate white uniforms.
Really?
Always.
That's funny.
Always. So when we got to play away, it's like, damn, I gotta eat a little less this week. Stuff like that. But yeah, that is definitely my favorite.
I never realized how big in general, like tall and just beast football players are until you're like on ground floor on a football game. You know, a lot of times when we're going football, I've always been like, you know, in the stands where it's a little hard to see. I had one game where I was like down there, and man, it's just a field of giants out there. It's a game of men, baby. It's crazy. It's crazy,
man,
dude.
Especially in the NFL, it was a big eye opener for me because I walk out to practice and I'm like, oh, everybody looks like me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not used to it. Even in college, there's a lot of people that do not look like they should be there. But in the NFL, it is obviously the top 1%. And I'm even amazed at some of these people. I'm amazed at some of the guys I train with. I'm like, how are you that big? Like even bigger than me. And I'm 6'7", 310 pounds. And they're even bigger than me. I'm like, how is that even possible?
Dude, it's crazy.
It's mind-blowing.
Some crazy genetics people have, man.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit, dude.
Definitely.
You follow any other sports?
Man, I don't even watch sports.
I feel you.
I think I would say 95% of my media consumption is Twitch and YouTube.
I love it.
It's hilarious. My wife always thinks it's hilarious.
Do you have
even
to?
When we first started dating.
Do you have to watch? Do you watch tape? Like
yeah.
It obviously, is that a big thing in like Ohio? Like, would you like when you go against a team, you most likely know who you're going up against, right, on that defensive line?
Yeah.
So do you watch tape on them? See obviously what moves they do and.
Yeah. So like Sunday after a game, we'll come in and like we'll watch the film from the game. Then we'll go out and practice and fix we do like corrections on what things we messed up during the game. And then after that practice, most people go up and eat, but the real ones stay and go into the film room, into our position rooms, and we start cutting up start watching the tape for the next week. And especially my senior year, I had all online classes. I was, I think, 2 classes away from graduating, so I didn't really have to do much in terms of school. And so I was in the facility from, I think, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Grinder.
We would have practice from, I think, 3 to 6. And so all that other time, I'm either in the training room getting my body right, or in the film room just watching who I'm going against. And football is really a lot, because it's not just like who you go up against, and it's what kind of defenses they're running. It's the structure of the defense. It's, this safety is moved over a yard more than normal, or a half a yard more than normal, so this is coming. Or even a defensive lineman switches which foot is back. And so if this foot's back, he's always going this way. If this foot's back, something different is coming from this way. And
that's crazy.
It's a ton of detail.
And I've watched some football games with like buddies who play a lot of football, and how they look at it. You see that stuff too, and it's cool. It's a different side of it too.
I can never watch football the same ever again.
For sure. You just, obviously you see the little small things, and I imagine most people don't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. And one of the coolest things to see is Tony Romo cast.
Dude, that's funny. I was literally about to bring him up to you. He's
amazing.
It's almost like he's like a genie. He knows exactly what is going to happen. I saw a compilation. It was like a 10-minute compilation of him calling just plays, and it's just like literally he's like, yeah, he's about to do this, and then it happens. And I'm like, Jesus. Now I won't lie.
I want to get to that understanding in the NFL, because in college I was pretty much there. I could see based on what play we're running, the structure of the defense. I know what blitz is coming. I know where my guy is going, and things like that. It's all through studying film and really just repetition. It's like I've seen it so many times that it's impossible not to memorize. But Tony Romo is on a whole nother level.
For sure.
I mean, it's unbelievable to see him do that stuff.
Was there any games like in college where you just had like just the easiest person the whole time, where it's just like you kind of felt, you know, is there any situation where it's like you just like it was like this guy had no fucking chance to get past you, and it's more like he's just running to a brick wall every time, and like maybe any situations like that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely when we would play at the beginning of the year, because at the beginning of the year, bigger schools always play these
little
cupcake teams.
Yeah, get warmed up, you know, get the confidence built.
Yeah, and so my senior year we played Miami of Ohio, and they're an
Miami of Ohio,
an FCS, a Division I FCS school, and you walk out there and you can just tell these people are not built the same. Like,
you guys almost feel a little bad.
I would say one of the worst feeling games I felt was against Army. I felt so bad.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And one of my right tackle at the time, because I was playing right guard, he actually absolutely decleated this defensive end.
Was decleated for people? Just put on their ass, pretty much.
Hit him and put him on his ass. And he went to go help him up, and he grabbed him and helped him up and was like, "Thank you for your service." But like, he was genuine. It wasn't like he was being a smartass. He was very genuine about it. And I was just like, I don't know why I just started dying. It was one of the funniest things I have ever heard on the football field.
That's funny.
He didn't mean it out of any disrespect, but it was just like, why would you say that?
Oh no.
Like he just got put on his ass. He doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear you thanking him for his service.
Oh my god, that's a little too much.
Yeah.
Oh, and did you watch any of the like NFL player streamers at all? You were watching any of them?
I've watched a little bit of AD, the safety for the Jets, because that man, by far he's the best Warzone player in the league.
Really? That was my next question.
I think he has a like a 3.9 KD.
Oh, he's nasty, huh?
It's nuts. And
okay.
Like, he plays these kill races all the time. And I used to think, I was like, damn, I must be like towards the top. And then I saw him, I was like, okay, no, he's definitely the top. And like, I'm okay admitting that, but he's very definitively the best NFL Warzone player.
What do you think about the Kyler announcement with FaZe and stuff?
Crazy.
That video was, I'm not gonna lie, that video with NFL posting it, like, that was very cool. The little like change up, they take over the drought. That was dope, dude. That was dope.
No, it was super cool to see, and just to see athletes be able to expand into a space that past football.
100%, dude. So awesome.
Like, this is setting him up for life after football.
For sure, dude. 100%.
Opening up all these options for him and all that. So it's definitely cool to see. For sure.
That's dope, dude.
Especially with Zeke posting that video with Xset and all that.
Dude, I saw that, crazy. Dude. Zeke repping the set, baby. I don't like the Cowboys, I won't lie, but man, dude,
neither do I.
I like him as a player. I like his style. He's he's a fucking, you know, he runs through motherfuckers. He's got some speed. Like,
I will tell you, he is one of the nicest people nicest people I have ever met in my life.
Really? He looks nice. Like, he looks like a
happy.
Giggly. Yeah, looks like a giggly, just chill dude.
Yeah, he's a big ass kid. That's how I would describe it. It's hilarious. But he's obviously one of the biggest names in football, and could not be more humble and more cool.
That's awesome, man. I imagine, you know, even the video game world, when you get popular and get a little famous, the egos come out. You know, absolutely. And that's definitely, you know, and you know, sometimes you got to get the ego checked for sure.
Oh yeah. But he's a super good guy. Bought us dinner one time. He ran into ran into us at a dinner in Dallas in 2017 randomly and bought us like I think our dinner was gonna come out to like $900 and something dollars. He's just like, I got it.
Was it you
Oh,
and like the football boys? It's
it was
obviously
me and a few of my other offensive linemen that I play with.
nice. 'Cause obviously he's Ohio State, the Ohio State. Is that like a thing? Like, is it like it's everyone's like, the Ohio State?
Everyone that went to Ohio State or is a fan of Ohio State will always say the Ohio State.
The Ohio State, baby. Can't mess around. Do you like fan of superheroes or anything like that?
I used to be when I was younger. I used to be a big Batman guy. Played all the Batman video games.
Dude, there were some sick games.
Man,
There were some sick games. I
had so much fun playing those.
I didn't like the open world one as much. Still really good. Still really good, but yeah, I didn't like that one as much. But the first couple ones, that first one was really good, man. Really good. That whole Batman era was awesome, man. All Heath Ledger fucking just doing his thing, man. Oh my god.
Sadly, I'm not too much into superheroes nowadays.
Hey, it's all good, baby.
I'm definitely gonna get back into it with my son now. So I'm excited.
There you go. Yeah,
I'm excited to show him all the things I grew up with. And
man, that's why I can't wait for it too, man. I can't wait to raise a kid and just give him the knowledge. And how old's your kid?
He's 2 years old now.
That's awesome,
and then
dude.
I have a younger one that's 4 months old.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. How's it feel to be a dad?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I didn't feel any type of way right before he was born. Like, I was very excited, but I was also like nervous and scared. And then as soon as I held him, it was like, whoa. Like, I wasn't even close to crying, anything like that, but I was in tears as soon as I touched him.
Dude, I'll only imagine, man. I'll only imagine. Just seeing my...
It's so fun to have like a mini me.
I love it.
He does things the same as me. He'll try to copy things that I do, and it's so cute. It's so funny.
That's adorable. I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, I saw your was it your sister's son?
Yeah. That, like, just seeing that, man. Just seeing it's crazy to see babies grow. It's just seeing him, like, I saw him as a baby, and like, he's got those little baby little hands and little tiny feet, and just seeing humans are crazy. Humans are crazy, man. Like the way
how fast that happens.
It's so insane. It's so insane, dude. And that's insane. But yeah, man, I love kids so much, dude. They're the future. Yeah, I mean, they're the future.
Absolutely.
I truly believe that like parenting is another thing that people are really like focusing on these days, and and some of our generation definitely went through some stuff, and I feel like they learned from it, and I feel like we're gonna be pushing out some really smart, dope kids in the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
That's what we got. That's all.
This world is gonna keep going.
100%, dude. How is it living in AZ?
Oh my gosh, heaven.
Yeah,
heaven.
Love it.
I love it.
It's my favorite.
Just because like people always talk about like, oh, it's so hot all the time, but it's really not, because there's no humidity. Like, so 101 feels like 90.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say when it gets to like 118, that's when it's like, okay, I'm just gonna keep my ass indoors.
It's not too crazy. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen crazy. I try to say the same thing because people always be like, I could never live in Arizona. The heat. I'm like, it is not bad. And you get 6 months of beautiful 70-degree weather, just vibing. No, man, Arizona's it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
In the winter, it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
like the winter and spring, it's unbelievable. I would never ever want to live anywhere else.
You get all the snowbirds coming in because obviously they know, man.
Yeah, and everyone is just so nice here. Everyone is so happy because of the sun.
Dude, for sure,
out all the time. And I mean, I guess this is a place people like to move to retire and all that. So obviously those people are very happy because they're done with working. But yeah, everyone's just so nice here. I always feel like I don't really have bad experiences with people here.
Dude, I definitely got that vibe. Moving to Seattle. Seattle's a little interesting. Polar
opposite.
Very polar opposite. Very dark.
My mother grew up in Seattle.
Really? It's interesting, man. I couldn't live away from the sun. It's one of those things. It's perspective. I learned moving out here. I gained a new perspective of how important the sun is to me. And just
Man.
living in a sunny state is just, yeah, as much vitamin D you want, pills you want to take, you can't replicate the sun. You can't do it. And like out here, bro, like I get sun for like 3 hours a day. So I'll go sit outside and like just sit, shirt off and just let it hit me. But even then it's like cloudy sun. I'm just like, I'm sitting out like a drug addict. I'm like, oh, come on, just give me that vitamin D, please. Like give it to me. And dude,
my two best friends play for the Seahawks, and they tell me that all the time. And I've been out to Renton once. That's where my buddy lives. So he tells me all the time about how seasonal depression is very real there.
Dude,
and
for sure.
How much not having the sun around really affects you, and it's crazy.
Dude, 100%. Random one. What do you think about fantasy football? Have you ever played it?
Never played it. I think I played it 2 years ago for about 2 weeks, and I gave up on it because I didn't understand what was happening and like why certain things were happening. But I mean, I guess really have any ill will towards it. I imagine it makes people more engaged in the game. It makes people learn football more. So in that aspect, I'm all for it.
I'll definitely say it makes you engaged, man. I'm telling you, when I've had a championship game where I have one player left and this motherfucker needs to get 12 points and like down to the wire, and all he needs is like one catch. He gets the catch and you win. Like you're just sitting there like, you're like, come on, catch the ball. All I need is 2 yards. You're like rooting for 2 fucking yards. You know what I mean? It definitely gets you engaged for sure.
It's almost like gambling on a game.
For sure.
I would say though the one downside to it is also with how serious people take fantasy football.
Yep.
When they take that to social media and they start bashing players and like tweeting at I will say to people, we see that stuff. I can't tell you how many times in college after a game I would go on Twitter and search my name. Not even just my just like literally search Branden Bowen and just to see what people were saying. And man, that shit used to get to me.
Dude, for sure.
I realized how to
it don't matter. Yeah.
Not look at it first of all, and then second of all to just let it bounce off or whatever. But
everyone's got a fucking opinion. Yeah, I mean, for sure, dude. No, I hate that, and that's what I was gonna bring that up next, because I've seen just the articles of like someone like bitching at him because I forgot who it was. It was like because he responded and like they're like, you fumbled and lost me my championship. I lost like blah blah, and he's like, shut the fuck up, bro. He's like, we won the game. He's like, I don't give him.
Me replying to Zeke on Twitter the other day, somebody was like, somebody replied to me and was like, love Zeke, but hopefully he can stop fumbling the effing ball and all this. I'm like, bro,
like chill the fuck out, dude. He's trying.
He's talking about a video game organization right now, bro. Like, relax.
He's trying his best. Like, yeah, I mean, that's another thing. It's like
people are out there trying to. He's trying to fumble the ball. Like, what?
No, and that's the thing too. It's like, man, when they're out there, any football player out there, I imagine they're all giving it 100% because you know what I mean. Like, it's a dream. It's a dream to be out there. I imagine. You know what I mean? Like, it's and it's a fucking job.
If you don't, you'll get cut.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So
for the rest of your life.
I feel that. That is crazy, dude. That is crazy. If you could choose a different position, would you ever choose one? If you could, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Is that a weird question?
I'd definitely play quarterback.
Yeah?
100. Do you mean like if I could have their skill set as well?
But yeah, if you could choose body type, whatever you want, skill set, quarterback.
100%. My body would feel so much better if I played quarterback. And those guys never have to do anything in practice. All they have to do is sit back there and throw a ball. They never get hit except on game day. And even on game day, they rarely get hit. And oh my God, that's why you see these quarterbacks with these 18, 20-year careers. You see Tom Brady still playing and still doing well because they get taken care of.
Of course, yeah.
They don't take that same burden on their body like an offensive lineman or even like a linebacker. Running backs have it the worst.
I imagine just running into the pit.
Oh my gosh!
Like people throw like, in a sense, not punches, but they throw like obviously.
Oh, they throw punches.
Okay, yeah. So they throw punches, yeah. And so you're getting fucking hit, like.
Yeah. Oh man, they get ankles twisted in piles. They get like.
Oh, and that's
weird as childish as it sounds. They get pinched. That shit hurts.
Dude, that's crazy.
They get, like, grabbed, scratched, and all this different stuff.
I've heard.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I've heard like there's some schemy ass shit that happens in piles, and obviously people doing some, sneaky stuff like pinching, and that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, in my senior year of college when we played Michigan, it's obviously our big rivalry game. My running back got tackled, and I think these two defensive players thought they were under a pile, but it was just those two, and there was one of those like sky cams over them, and they actually untied and took my running back's shoe off while he was stuck. I swear to God, and they caught the whole thing on the sky cam, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed. Because I was standing right next to him trying to help him up, and then he gets up and he's like, "These motherfuckers just took off my shoe." I'm like, what? And they just they pulled it off. He was like, "No, they just like untied it and took it off." I was like, "What?"
What
like dumb stuff like that is hilarious.
What were some of the players you play? What players you play with on at Ohio State that also NFL?
There's a ton of them, but I guess the biggest names I'd say are J.K. Dobbins. That's one of my guys he's on the Ravens right now.
Running back, dude. That guy's, I love him. Big boy.
And he's, again, a super good dude. Always took care of us at Ohio State, all that. Justin Fields, obviously, just went to the Bears.
Dude, I'm so... Your team, right? It's my team, bro. I'm so pumped.
Yeah, you got a great one.
I know when San Fran didn't pick him, I was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he dropped down that far.
Bro, that blows my mind, dude. I can't wait for him I can't wait for him to show up and just piss off, go show those 5 teams who didn't pick you the biggest mistake they made. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't wait.
He's very mad, obviously.
I posted for sure. Because I'm assuming he was expecting going top 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
His talent top 3.
Top 3 to 5, yeah, for sure.
That's absolutely crazy. Where did he go? Where was it 6 or 7? Or even lower?
I think it was 13th.
No way, really? Yeah. Wow. It was 11th. Wow. Yeah. And obviously that's a pay cut. I imagine.
The thing I understand about the draft is after those first 15 picks, the money drastically drops. I mean, even between like 1 through 15, it drops a lot, but you're talking 15 to 20 million guaranteed, or 15 to 20 million signing bonus to 1 million.
Oh wow! So
from like 15 to 16,
crazy difference.
I mean, you can people can look all this up. It's all like
for sure.
All of our contracts and everything are public, so.
That's always so weird. It's so weird. I don't understand that. Obviously, people just money's such a fucking big thing in this life for most. So it was a funny stat I saw a little bit ago was like backup quarterbacks. Some backup quarterbacks have lived a very good life being a backup quarterback, and I think it was a guy on Jacksonville, like Whitnell, I think. I'm messing his name. White dude, long hair.
There was somebody on. Are you talking about the dude
maybe
they just
Tennessee? Maybe
he played like 9 years. I saw something on Twitter in the last month where they talked about a backup quarterback who played 9 or 10 years and made like $60 million.
Yeah,
and played.
And they broke
70 snaps.
They broke down his stats. They're like, yeah, each time he threw a pass was like $40,000. And like he had like, I think it was like 10, 15 touchdowns maybe. It was like every touchdown he got was like, $10 million. It was crazy the stats they had. Yeah. Not Brock Osweiler, not Fitzpatrick. It was a different guy. It was white dude, long hair, curly hair. He was a set backup for a while. I can't remember his name. I think he was on Tennessee actually.
Yeah, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, baller or not? Baller. Obviously, probably baller.
Oh yeah.
Situation. I don't know. Hey, yeah, baller. Hey, good. You know what I mean,
he's a baller. He made 90 mil.
Can't go wrong. Not Glennon.
Chase Daniel. That's who I saw.
Different guy still. Chase Daniel. Good for him too. Fucking A, man. How's the kicker punter life? Are they vibing?
They're vibing.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's a lot of pressure,
dude. No,
I could never imagine.
That's the thing too. Like, whew, Whew, man, like obviously you have some of the greats who've pulled off some, Vinatieri and playoffs and stuff, doing some, and you get some other people. I think it was Justin Tucker who missed, and you know what I mean. That oh man, the pressure though. That's like you have one job and you fucking gotta do it. And oh my,
if you mess it up, the whole world is going.
And that's why I feel bad. It goes back to that, like, all right, guys, obviously this fucking dude is trying to kick this ball down this. Like he's trying, he's trying, man.
Yeah.
Cody,
there was a dude on the Panthers last year. I can't remember his name. The kicker, he struggled the past 2 years, and man, sometimes you could just tell he was down in the dumps from it, regardless. And everything they'd post about him, there's people bashing him like crazy, and it's just
so fucked.
Can't even imagine,
dude. I
can't even imagine having the whole weight of that on your shoulders. For
sure. I posted when I posted about Justin Fields joining Chicago, dude. I got like 5 comments of people like talking shit. I'm just like, what? I'm just happy, yo.
I don't know how people talk shit on Justin, because half the shit they say is straight up lies that I don't know who started.
Well, dude, people are dumb. Like, they were just like, they're like, he's not a good fit and all that. Do you think he's a good fit in that scheme of players and all that?
Yeah. I think that OC would be a good fit.
I feel like he looks like someone who can adapt.
Watching he can be a pocket passer, or he can be on the field, like matter.
That's why I feel like he's just good. Charlie Whitehurst, that's the guy's name. I don't know if you remember him. What team was he on, Carlson? Charlie Whitehurst. Yes, that's the guy. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I feel like honestly, I watched that QB1. I recommend anyone out here, if you ever want to see like some top tier high school players in in their senior year, and it's a little documentary on Netflix. It's really cool. And it's cool because some of the kids, man, like you can tell they got a little ego. They got.
I know who you're talking about. That was my former teammate.
Really, and Justin was so chill. He was so chill the whole time. Like he had the ego in the sense of like he knows his skill, and you have to. I feel like you have to have it's the confidence. It's the confidence, and it's doing the things, because I imagine, especially being a quarterback, like throwing a pass, running, it's pressure. It's also that pressure swagger. Of exactly. Gotta drip, baby. Gotta drip.
That's who you are.
So I always say there's a healthy ego. There's a healthy ego to have that is good for your mental and keeps you, confident. And obviously you gotta know what your worth is. And you could tell he had that. And some of the other kids, I'm just like, oh, I'm curious where they win, how that went.
Yeah. I mean, like even when I played, I would go against people in college that were much bigger names than I was, who were very highly heralded people. And the way I looked at it is, this man has to beat me. Like I am the shit. Like he has to get through me. He has to beat me. I don't have to stop him. He has to beat me. And it's all about the healthy confidence, or the you have to have confidence in football. Confidence is if you have no confidence in football, you cannot play. You will never be able to. You're gonna
without confidence, you what's it called? Indecisive decisions. You know what I mean? Like, have you got, so I feel like with that, the confidence creates that gut feeling of what you gotta do. Yeah. Like, at least I see it in like just pro gaming, because I came from pro PUBG, and there were some kids who you call them pub stompers, because when they're in a pub match, when they're playing Publix against randoms, they are some of the nastiest fucking players you'll ever see. But once they get in those games with good players and their confidence is down, for some they shit the bed. Yeah, they're nervous, and they don't do certain pokes because they don't want to get shot or whatever it is. So I feel like that goes with a lot of sports in general. You got to have the confidence, because it's quick decisions, especially in a lot of sports.
The second you think about yourself losing, you've lost.
Oh, 100%, baby.
There's not even any regain. You can't. There's no regain that you can do to regain that confidence. As soon as you think that there is a possibility of you losing, that is absolutely what you're going to do. And so going into every game, I go in cocky as hell, because nobody in my head, nobody can beat me. No, even though some might, they might,
and that's that healthy ego, and that's where it's fine. I'm the same with gaming. You know what I mean?
But as soon as I get off the field, I'm off.
No, for sure, and it's part of that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, it's especially football, man. Like you go step on the field, I feel like it's different. Yeah, I mean, you gotta turn it on. It's you got a bunch of dudes who want to run you over, and that's one. I wish I played football because I'm an aggressive guy. Like I love some.
You're 6'5"?
I'm 6'5", dude. I
did not know that.
I was a baseball player. I was a really good baseball player. Like really good baseball player. Pitcher.
Nice.
Threw my arm out when I was young. Yeah, threw my arm out when I was young, and just one of those things. And I went to gaming. It was one of those things I don't regret. You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't be here where I am without it. But I do wish I played some contact sports, man. Because
I could see you as one of those personalities in the mound in the MLB.
Oh, dude,
they always got those the big personality guy. That would definitely be you.
Oh, hey, man, it was always a dream, baby. It was always a dream, and that's one of those things. Yeah. Even that hit me. You know what I mean? Because I had dreams, especially when I was younger. I going big and all that. And once that gets taken away, it's just it hurts for a little bit, but it's part of that mental growth to get through it and learn and realize that, hey, man, shit happens, and that's why I truly believe everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything happens for a reason, and it builds character. Builds character.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to see that while you're going through it, but man, that is
exactly
more the truth.
And I even try to tell people, like, no, like, I think about it, I'm like, man, if you told me this when I was in the dumps, I'd be like, fuck, come on. You know what I mean? Like
one big example of that was this past spring when I went to go work out. I worked out with Jacksonville, and they ended up turning me down, telling me I wasn't good enough. And for that next week, I was fucked up. My confidence was all messed up. I was like, I don't even know if I can do this anymore. Can I play football? Am I good enough to play football anymore? And then that next week, I have a tryout with the Cardinals, kill it. And now I'm signed to the Cardinals, living in a state where I train. And so I can live here year round. I can be with my kids year round. I can, I'm obviously in an amazing state that I love and has become my new home. And it's just like everything fell into place. But I could never have thought of that after Jacksonville told me I wasn't good enough.
No, dude, I only imagine, man. That's why I always tell people, push through, baby. Exactly. Exactly, baby. And now look where you are now, vibing. You know what I mean? Maybe we probably would have never met. Maybe, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's just yo, so you want to open some questions to chat?
Oh yeah.
Chat, what do you got, baby? We got a little bit in there. What you guys got any questions that we didn't get through? Someone said, is he excited to play with JJ Watt?
I am ecstatic to play with JJ Watt. First and foremost, because he will be able to teach me more than anybody in the league.
I feel like if you can hold that guy back, you can fucking hold most.
Yeah, yeah. Just like even on a technique standpoint, because in college I went against the best. I went against Nick Bosa. I went against Chase Young. And what I learned in college was talking to them and learning how they think makes me an even better player.
Of course.
Then I know what the defensive end is thinking, what he's gonna do, and like what his process is. So I'm absolutely excited to learn from JJ Watt.
I love that, dude. Top 3 favorite football players. It's a hard one.
Mike Vick.
Love it.
For sure. Probably Cam Newton.
Love Cam.
Just love his swagger.
I love his drip, baby. I love his outfits. That guy drip, baby. That guy, I love it.
I love his humble confidence the most. That's probably my favorite part about him. And I'm having a brain fart on the Dallas Cowboys left tackle.
Fucking Tyrone? No. Tyrone Smith. Yep.
Yeah.
Baller.
Yeah.
Baller.
Yes. I've modeled my game after him, or tried to.
What was the second guy again?
Cam Newton.
Okay, quick question. Yeah. So, because he got so much shit for not diving on that ball. From a player's mindset, what happened with that? Was that just like not a situation you dive, or?
I would definitely be pissed.
Okay, because I won't lie. That's the only time I was ever mad. Like, I was the only time I didn't go on Twitter and talk shit, but that was the only time that I was like, come on.
He chose to protect himself over.
And do you think that, like, I
mean, I get it, but at the same time,
That's
I
that's
could never not dive on that ball.
I feel you. I was that's
Team oriented that I would be on that ball before you could even know.
I feel you. I'm a big team player, especially football. Team fucking
Yeah,
sport. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I just saw that and I was curious from a football, like obviously a player's perspective, because I saw that and I was like, oh man, like come on,
Yeah.
Cam, get on that. Because I love Cam. You know, I love his style. He's a big boy, runs. You know, great style, great quarterback. But I was like, oh come on, bro, get the dive on that fucking ball, dude. Like, come on.
No, I was definitely pissed too. I think I was rooting for the Panthers, I believe. That was the Panthers Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pissed.
Chat wants to know, do you have any cool secret handshakes with other teammates? Do you ever do anything?
I did in college. College, it was I'd have a handshake with Justin. I'd have a handshake with JK. I'd have a handshake with my right guard. I'd have a handshake with my center. It was a lot. I don't even think I can remember. I had a handshake with my wife I used to do before every game.
I love it.
Because the parents and friends section was like right behind our bench. So I'd run out of the tunnel, go to the end zone, say my prayer, run back, and do my handshake with my wife, and then I'll be good. That was all I needed to get right for the game.
I love it. How's OTAs been?
It's been fun.
So what?
I love it.
Can you make a rundown? Like what? You know, for someone who's never even seen an OTA or know, like how is the day? It's just
so. Well, right now with it being virtual, it's pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. I wake up at 6:45. I study for an hour, and then we have these iPads that they give us, and we meet on Microsoft Teams. And so we meet with our offensive linemen for 55 minutes a day. Go over, we install the offense and kind of go over the offense and learn all of it, and then that's it. That's it for the day. So these virtual OTAs are kind of nice.
That's cool.
And I'm getting, and the nice part about it for me personally is I'm getting amazing training at this facility that I'm at. It's like an O-line specific, one of the best in the country that you can get to.
Oh fuck yeah!
And so I'm getting great work working with them.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, baby. You know what I mean? Arizona, boom, I love it, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun. OTA, but normally OTAs would be probably about 5 or 6 hours a day, or about 5 or 6 hours a day. You'd go into the facility, you'd have meetings, and then go to practice, and then meetings after, and then go home.
So when you say you study, are you studying film, or are you studying just
right now? I'm just studying the playbook.
Okay. Of course. I'm about to say
we have like code words and all these different things, and so it's a lot of memorization.
Of course,
I'll just prep for. Usually in that hour that I am studying, I'm prepping for that meeting because they'll send out like what we're going over the next day, and so I'll just read over it so I'm prepared and to learn what they teach us that day.
How intense was the Ohio State's playbook? Easier, like easier, like hard.
It was about the same. I would say it was a little harder because we use signals at Ohio State. So you look over to the sideline, motherfuckers throwing up. I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know. So the first couple of years there, these motherfuckers doing this. I'm like, I
shall block.
I'm just gonna hit somebody. Hope it's all right. But it's Ohio State. I obviously had 5 years to learn that offense, and so I knew it like the back of my hand. I could tell you what the receivers were doing on that play, all that. But this is the Cardinals is very similar to my my college playbook. It's almost the same exact offense.
That's cool. That's nice.
It's been amazing. It's just about memorizing like the new names for everything and all the calls and all that. You should see my table in the other room in there. I have I bought one of those cheap plastic desks from Home Depot just to set up in the baby room, and then it's just covered with papers and note cards.
Grinder,
like,
baby.
Spot on it. That's empty. It's a lot. It's a lot to learn. So you got to stay on top of it for sure.
Okay, I got one more before we can let you go. I know you got some stuff today. What's favorite memory? Favorite game memory? Favorite game? Favorite win? Whatever it is from Ohio State, or even high school.
Definitely, it would be at Ohio State. I would say my senior year winning the Big Ten championship, solely for the fact that that was my first time winning one of those for myself. Like, because I started in 2017, but I only started for those first 6 games before I snapped my leg. And that year, we went to the Big Ten championship, and we ended up winning the Big Ten championship. And I guess me being on the sideline during that and not being able to play and earn that Big Ten title, I just like really hit me hard. And so for the next year, that was my goal. I have to win a Big Ten championship. I have to lift that trophy up and have that ring on my finger that I know that I truly earned everything. And 2018 came, and I had to have another surgery on my leg, so I didn't get to do that again. So it just added even more fuel to the fire. And then 2019, we played Wisconsin for the second time that year, which they were a really good team. We beat the brakes off in the first game, but the second game they ended up going up, I think 21-7 at half. And so we had to fight back, and it was just a lot of emotion in that game. And
I love that, dude. I always say the best wins are the comebacks.
Man,
Best wins are the comebacks, man.
I will remember that game for the rest of my life. I still remember individual plays in it. I remember how I felt during those plays. I remember sitting on the sideline looking at my buddy and him just crying because we really just won it, and hugging my boy that had never won a Big Ten championship before. And
I love that, man. It's fucking amazing, dude. That's amazing.
It's been fun though.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, dude, thank you for coming out and doing this. Truly, man, this has been a fucking awesome experience.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Ku. I appreciate all of y'all, and you guys always show me so much love, and I really can't thank you enough. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure to get to know some of y'all and to talk to y'all, and just to come hang out in the stream with y'all, even not even playing. But yeah, it's been fun.
Hey, vibes, baby. You guys check him out. Twitch.tv/Branden Bowen 76.
Appreciate that.
Got you, baby. You guys check him out. Drop him a follow. Thank you for coming out again, dude. I fucking love you, baby. I'm gonna come out to Arizona soon. We're gonna kick it.
Hey, hit me up.
I shall, man. Dude, take it easy. Have a great day, man. And let's
killing the subathon thing.
I shall. Let's play soon. I'm gonna go sleep ish after this. Been up for like 20 hours, I think. So
yeah,
gonna
sleep.
I'll if you want to play on, I'll shoot you a DM. We'll see what's good.
All right, bet.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.